RMJ Movie Reviews back again on the with an on-the-fly movie review of Stronger, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal always knocks it out the park. I'm a gigantic fan of Jake Gyllenhaal. This dude has just been home run. Like every time his movie comes out, slight misfire. Demolition. I think everybody can kind of agree that Demolition was a misfire, but this dude is just killing it, man. I really enjoyed this movie. I really liked it a lot. It tells the story of a gentleman who was one of the victims of the Boston Marathon bombings. And as the film last year, the Mark Wahlberg, or I think it was earlier this year, Patriots Day, more focused on the pursuit of the actual bombers from the law enforcement side of the situation. This focuses on the victim side of the situation, so more the emotional, the aftermath, the post-traumatic stress. That's the side that this story covers. And I thought it was a very I think in the scenes in showing in how victims of kind of these type of violent acts and the post-traumatic stress and how it really changes, not only just physically damaging to you and emotionally, but how that really just affects everything around you. You know what I mean? This dude, he instantly becomes I don't want to call him a celebrity, not a celebrity, but he's kind of within Boston, like treated like he's a celebrity, and just the fact that this guy has lost his legs. He's lost his legs. His life has changed. And now everybody's telling him how great he is. But in private, it's like he needs to be helped out like he's a child again. And this is a grown man. He's not able to physically do things he used to be. It's very heavy, and it really is juggling a lot. I will say in particular, digressing, being a person who is a caretaker, in terms of my job, this movie is 100% authentic to the T. In particular, like a lot of the physical stuff, the stuff with the, I'm not getting gross, but there's a scene where, from drinking, he's passed out in the shower, and you can see that there's feces on the side of the kind of the bathtub and the toilet from him passing out, but that's very real. You know what I mean? That's very real for people who, not to mention, you're talking about a guy who has post-traumatic stress, but he also has a drinking problem too, and he's an amputee and doesn't have any legs, so very, very heavy. The scenes that I also like too is like while he's in the hospital, you're showing how the family kind of lingers around him. That's very authentic to how families respond or react when you have a family member who's in the hospital and is I'm gonna use the word sick to describe it, but he's not sick, he lost his legs, but you know what I'm saying. Like when somebody is sick, families often hover like that and really kind of just, oh, do you need this, do you need that, and that's very authentic to how it goes. The scene where Coogan himself, Clancy Brown, he kind of goes off, in the hospital. I've seen that many a times. I've experienced that many a time from family members of sick people. So it's just so authentic. It's so authentic that for me, I was kind of feeling uneasy in those scenes with the hospital scenes and the family scenes. Like it really it's real. That's all I'll say. It's real, and it's very well done. I also like it shows how if you're now he at this point in the film he wasn't married to him, but it was kind of his on and off again girlfriend, and it shows how when you're in a relationship with someone who has a physical disability or has some type of illness and they're fresh out the hospital, that is really taking a large portion of your life. and it is emotionally draining, not just physical. It is tough stuff to take care of somebody who is in the kind of shape that he was in. I've seen it firsthand multiple times. Experienced it as well. So it's draining. It takes a lot out of you. I love how the film kind of does put that out there, where it's kind of like, you know, it reaches that point where you got to take care of yourself. You can help, but the person also has to, you know, participate, you know, in their own rescue. I heard that somewhere. But, you know, it really touches on a lot of issues, and not just, and I like the fact that the bombing is kind of just, it's part of the story, but it's not like Patriots Day where that's kind of the whole, the main part of the story. So I really like that it really focuses on how, you know, how that sort of thing affects the person, their family members, and the environment around them. I thought it was very well done. It was very well done. Jake Gyllenhaal, of course, his acting is great. I mean, there's nothing about that. The entire cast, everybody's great in this film. One of my favorite scenes is, and I like how they portray him as just a real dude. You know what I mean? He's a slacker. He's an older slacker. He lives with his mom, you know, works at Costco's. I mean, he's really just like a regular slacker dude out here. He's not a bad guy, but it is what it is. Kind of lazy, too. Even after he loses his legs, he's not going to his physical therapy like he should. You know, and they're looking at him like, hey, look, man, look, you got to go to physical therapy. What are you doing? But I love a scene where him and his boys are all drunk after he's lost his legs, and they get the bright idea that an amputee is going to drive the car while his buddy gets down on the floor and pushes the brake and the gas with his hands. And that's an intelligence. That scene is absolutely hysterical. It's so funny. That was great. Love it. And Jake Gyllenhaal and the other two actors, they just totally sell it, man. It was great. The other scene that I really, and it's kind of hard to get me in movies. Wind River got me with the scene with Jeremy Renner at the father at the end, but the scene that got me here was, there is a scene where, there's a guy who lost his brother, who was a Marine, and he goes up and talks to Jake Gyllenhaal, after one of the games at the stadium. And man, that scene just really that tore me up, man. That scene just really hit me so hard. That was very well done. That scene got me. It was just, and it wasn't being overly, I don't think it was overly sentimental. I just think they just really played it straight. But that scene jacked me up, man. That really got me. All the rest of the stuff in the movie with the screaming and the that was good. But this tiny moment here felt like the realest moment in the entire film to me, and I love that scene. So I enjoyed the film. You know, I recommend it, especially for Jake Gyllenhaal fans. So thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, leave comments down below about Stronger, and don't forget to hit the little ring-a-ling-ding-ding bell. And guys, I'm also going to be coming up with my series of October Halloween movie reviews. It'll be a surprise what the first movie is going to be. But I'm going to have fun like I always do every year. All right, RMJ Movie Review. See you soon.